Welcome to Behind the Recipe. I'm your host, Christina Hitchcock. Join me every week as we dive into the joys of cooking, explore kitchen tips and tricks, and share delicious recipes that will inspire your next meal. So whether you're a seasoned cook or just learning your way around the stove, there's something here for everyone. Now, before we dive in, I've got something sweet to share, literally. If you love easy creative desserts that start with a box of cake mix, because let's face it, who has time for scratch cooking every time? Then you need to check out my brand new site, cakemixrecipes.com. It's packed with tried and true, drool-worthy recipes that are fast, fun, and totally foolproof. And it's not just sweets. I also have savory recipes made with packaged pantry staples that your family is sure to love. So go take a peek. I'll wait. Okay, not really. Let's get into today's episode. So, have you ever looked in your fridge and thought, I have no idea what to make? And let's face it, I've done this more times than I can count, probably several times this week. And maybe you search for a recipe, but nothing really matched what you had on hand. Well, here's the good news. You can cook without a recipe. Seriously. And it doesn't have to be intimidating. In fact, once you understand a few building blocks, you'll start to feel more confident creating meals on the fly. So today I'm walking you through my no recipe formula. This is how I combine flavor, protein, and bases to build dinners that are quick, satisfying, and completely fuss-free. So at the heart of every meal, there is this simple combination, right? I'll call it the formula. It's flavor plus protein plus base. That's it, 3 components. So let's walk through each one and I'll show you how to mix and match to create a meal out of almost anything. So, step 1 is to start with flavor. And this is where the personality of the dish comes in. I want you to think about spices and sauces and herbs, or even a store-bought dressing, salad dressing, right? Ask yourself, what flavor am I craving? Do I want something spicy or tangy or creamy or herby? Because let's face it, how many times we're like, there's nothing to make, and it's only because there's nothing that really suits what we're in the mood for at the moment. So figuring out that flavor that you're craving is the key here. So some things you can use. You can use, if you're craving that Tex-Mex flavor, pull out the taco seasoning. If you're craving Asian inspired, soy sauce and sesame oil. Something more with a Mediterranean spin, you're looking at garlic, lemon, oregano, those Mediterranean type flavors. If you're looking for that smoky sweet, barbecue sauce all the way. And if you want something more tangy and bold, that's more like buffalo sauce and maybe a ranch combination, right? So start thinking like that. These are just a few flavor combinations. Sometimes too, even just salt and pepper and olive oil can be enough if your ingredients are fresh and good. And I'm going to take that a step further and go with my all-purpose seasoning blend, because if you're using salt and pepper, you really should be using my all-purpose blend. The flavor will just take it up an extra notch. Okay, so step 2 is to add a protein, right? And this can be anything, whatever you have on hand. Chicken, even a rotisserie chicken counts, because let's face it, sometimes we just don't even have time to cook chicken. Just stop and grab a rotisserie one. I love those things. Ground beef or ground turkey, ground sausage, whatever you have. Shrimp or salmon. Quick cooking, right? Canned beans or lentils if you want to go meat free, or eggs or tofu, even leftovers from the night before. Look at the proteins that you have on hand and think about what will work with step 1, right? That flavor component. Then you can cook it or reheat it and then season it with that chosen flavor from step 1, and you are halfway there. Okay, step 3, super duper simple. You're going to choose a base. And this is what you'll serve the protein and flavor over. It really gives your dinner a little bit of substance and pulls it all together. So these are great pantry staples, or even some fridge or freezer staples, right? We have pasta or rice, go to, right? I always have a good stock of all different types of pastas and rices. And listen, I'm not above cheating and using the microwave packs of rice. So no judgment here. Quinoa, couscous, another couple grains to have on hand that really provide good hearty bases. Salad greens. I always keep a couple packages of salad greens on hand because they're great for so many things, not just salads, but to throw into sandwiches or just to beef up recipes sometimes. Tortillas and flatbreads. I don't know about you, but I feel like I always have that half used bag of tortillas in my bread drawer. So I'm always looking for ways to use those up. A baked potato or a sweet potato. Those are great base components. And then cauliflower rice, right? I always have this in my freezer because it's so fast and simple. And speaking about the freezer, if you're making rice from scratch, make a double batch and put half of it in the freezer. You can even start with a bowl of soup or some broth and take those flavor components and your protein to the next level. And you can easily swap this based on whatever's in your pantry. And this goes for any recipe, right? So if you're looking to make a pasta dish, right? Like let's say you have fettuccine, you have Alfredo sauce, right? What else can you use that over? Don't feel like you're stuck with just fettuccine Alfredo. You can mix that up and play around with it. Okay, so now we're going to put these three components all together and start building a recipe. So I'm going to give you some examples here. So first, let's say you're craving that sweet smoky flavor, right? The barbecue sauce. That's going to be the flavor component. And we're going to take some shredded rotisserie chicken. We're going to mix that all up together in a skillet. We're going to heat it through. And then our base will be a baked sweet potato. So what you're going to do is you're going to bake that sweet potato. You're going to take it and top it with some cheddar, scallions, and that shredded barbecue chicken, right? Wonderful dinner. You probably had many of those things on hand, or you could have just, maybe grabbed a sweet potato from the store on the way home. Example number two, if you're craving that Tex-Mex flavor, you could take some ground turkey or chicken, flavor it with some taco seasonings. And then for your base, you're going to make a bowl, right? We're going to have salad greens. We're going to add some avocado, some salsa, maybe even some crushed tortilla chips for crunch. Very satisfying, very filling, and it's really pretty wholesome. Another example, if you're going for that Mediterranean vibe, right? We have garlic, lemon, and olive oil. We're going to mix that up. We're going to marinate some shrimp in it and just get the shrimp absorbing all of that Mediterranean flavor. Cook that up together. Shrimp only take minutes to cook, so fast and simple. And then for the base, we'll use spaghetti or linguine. So it's almost like a shrimp scampi a little bit. And we're going to top it with some chopped parsley. And then you've got a fresh pasta dinner. Super duper simple. Another example, let's say you have some Greek salad dressing, right? Your protein, chickpeas. I think these are like the unsung hero of the kitchen. Mix the Greek dressing with the chickpeas, add it with some quinoa and some cucumber, red onions, feta, cherry tomatoes. Voila, you have a Mediterranean bowl. So super simple, so filling, and the leftovers, they're perfect. They're perfect for lunch the next day. So here are some tips you can use to build confidence as you're starting to play with these non-recipe recipes, right? Taste as you go. Always be tasting your components. Don't taste undercooked meat though. But I do want you to taste it, see if it needs more salt or maybe even a splash of acid to pull things together. Think about that. Salt, fat, acid, heat. Those are four components you want to check there. When it comes to acid, it can be a little bit of vinegar. I like to use balsamic or even white balsamic for a little milder taste. It could be a squeeze of lemon juice, lime juice, anything like that. Also, start simple. Don't overcomplicate it. 2 or 3 main ingredients are enough. You don't have to be all, pretending you're on Chopped or whatever, making, whatever. Baby step it in there, right? You got to walk before you can run. Next up, use your leftovers. Freestyling is perfect for using up those odds and ends in your fridge. Start to think about how you can repurpose those into something new and unique. Keep your kitchen stocked with staples on hand, things like rice, canned beans, pasta, spice blends, dressings and marinades, things that'll give you options on those days when you're just feeling a little stuck. And don't be afraid to mess up. Some of my best recipes started out as kitchen experiments, things that I just kind of played around with or, found hanging out in my fridge that I needed to use up or my pantry that I wanted to get rid of. So play around and don't be afraid to do it. Lastly, cooking without a recipe isn't about getting it perfect. It's about making dinner work with what you have. You need to trust your instincts, but most importantly, you need to have fun in the kitchen. Now, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And before you know it, you'll be throwing together meals without even thinking twice. So I hope I've given you some ideas and you feel a little bit more confident and you're ready to try some new things in the kitchen today. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Behind the Recipe. I hope you enjoyed our conversation and picked up a few tips or even some recipes to try in your kitchen. And if you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and of course, share it with someone who loves good food. And don't forget to check out my new site, cakemixrecipes.com. It's full of easy recipes made with prepackaged mixes and pantry staples. Until next time, happy cooking, and remember, everything's better when shared in the kitchen.